Holy shit, buckle up, folks, because we're about to dive into some of the most bone-chilling true crime stories that'll make you want to sleep with the lights on for the rest of your damn life. These aren't your run-of-the-mill crimes. These are the kind that'll make you question humanity and maybe even your own sanity. So grab your favorite comfort blanket and a stiff drink, because you're gonna need it. Let's kick things off with a case that'll make you think twice about answering online ads. Picture this. A pregnant woman, excited about her upcoming bundle of joy, responds to an ad for baby clothes. Sounds innocent enough, right? Wrong. The seller turns out to be a psychotic ex-nurse with a twisted plan. This nutjob lures the expectant mother to her home, beats and stabs her, and then, get this, cuts the unborn baby right out of her womb. Why? Because this crazy bitch had been faking her own pregnancy and needed a baby to show for it. But wait, it gets even more fucked up. The attacker's partner comes home to find her covered in blood, and she has the audacity to claim she just had a miscarriage. Meanwhile, the real mother is bleeding out in their basement. The partner, none the wiser, rushes the attacker and the stolen baby to the hospital. Spoiler alert, the baby doesn't make it. But here's the kicker. The actual mother survives this nightmare and manages to call 911. Talk about a will to live. Now, if that didn't make your skin crawl, let's move on to a case that'll make you triple-check your locks at night. Ever heard of Richard Ramirez, aka the Night Stalker? This sick bastard terrorized Los Angeles in the 1980s, breaking into homes to assault and murder his victims. He racked up at least 13 kills before he was finally caught. But here's the thing. It wasn't some brilliant detective work that brought him down. Nope. It was everyday citizens who recognized him from a police photo and held his ass down until the cops arrived. Ramirez spent over 2 decades on death row, probably thinking about all the lives he destroyed. But in a twist of cosmic irony, he ended up dying of natural causes in 2013. I guess even the Grim Reaper didn't want to deal with this asshole. Now, let's take a trip down memory lane to 1947, when Los Angeles became the stage for one of the most infamous unsolved murders in American history. Picture this. A mother and her kid are out for a casual stroll when they stumble upon something straight out of a horror movie. The mutilated body of 22-year-old Elizabeth Short. This wasn't just any murder. This was the Black Dahlia. The press had a field day with this one, dubbing it the Black Dahlia murder because of Elizabeth's penchant for black clothes and a movie that was popular at the time. But here's where it gets really weird. Despite the gruesome state of the body, there wasn't a single drop of blood at the scene. It's like the killer was some kind of sick, twisted magician. The cops thought they were dealing with a medical student or someone with dissection skills, so they went sniffing around the University of Southern California Medical School, but all their leads went colder than a corpse in a morgue. To this day, no one knows who turned Elizabeth Short into the Black Dahlia, and her ghost still haunts the annals of true crime. Speaking of ghosts, let's talk about a duo that'll make you question the very existence of love. Meet Martha Beck and Raymond Fernandez, the Lonely Hearts Killers. These two lovebirds met through a Lonely Hearts Club in 1947 and decided that the couple that slays together stays together. Martha, a morbidly obese nurse with a colorful sexual history, and Raymond, a sociopathic gigolo who thought he had magical powers over women, were a match made in hell. They started off small, with Raymond seducing lonely women and stealing their valuables while Martha posed as his sister. But like any toxic relationship, things escalated. One day, Martha caught Raymond in bed with their latest mark, an elderly widow named Janet Fay. Now, most people would just break up and move on, but not our Martha. Nope, she went full psycho and cracked the old lady's skull with a hammer. Raymond, being the gentleman he was, finished the job by strangling her with a scarf. And just like that, our dynamic duo graduated from petty theft to cold-blooded murder. But wait, there's more. Let's wrap this nightmare fuel with a story that'll make you want to ground your teenagers until they're 30. In the 1950s, when people were more worried about juvenile delinquents than nuclear war, 2 teens decided to go on a murder spree that would make even the toughest parents lose sleep. Enter Charles Little Red Starkweather and his 14-year-old girlfriend, Carol Ann Fugate. This Romeo and Juliet from hell kicked off their crime spree by robbing a gas station and killing the attendant. But they were just getting warmed up. A few weeks later, Charlie Boy showed up at Kirill's house and decided to play exterminator with her family. He shot her mom and stepdad, then stabbed her toddler half-sister to death. Now, most people would call the cops or run for the hills, but not our Kirill. Nope. She helped her psycho boyfriend stash the bodies and even put up a sign on the door saying, "Stay away." Because nothing says, "Nothing to see here," like a homemade "Do Not Disturb" sign. These stories aren't just tales to tell around a campfire. They're a stark reminder of the darkness that lurks in the human soul. They're the kind of stories that make you question every friendly face you see on the street, every ad you read online, and every bump in the night. But here's the real kicker, folks. While we're sitting here, safe in our homes, getting our thrills from these horrific tales, there are real people out there still living with the aftermath. Survivors carrying scars both physical and mental, families left with gaping holes where loved ones used to be, and communities forever changed by the evil that walked among them. So the next time you're binging true crime podcasts or staying up late to watch that new serial killer documentary, remember this. These aren't just stories. They're real-life nightmares that some people never wake up from. And if that doesn't chill you to your core, well, maybe you're the one we should be worried about. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go check my locks, install a new security system, and maybe build a panic room. Because after diving into these stories, paranoia isn't just a state of mind. It's a fucking survival strategy. Sweet dreams, folks. And remember, if you hear a bump in the night, it's probably just your imagination. Probably.